Now, these last two sets and evidences are going to prove that the biblical God and biblical Jesus are in fact the ones that are really running this show. Okay. Set 6. Here we go. Fulfilled prophecy. Oh, great. Fulfilled prophecy. Awesome. If you guys didn't know, there's about 353 prophecies in the Old Testament. Jesus fills every single one of them in his Gospels and the other writings. How could he do that if he was not, in fact, really here on earth and really was the Messiah of God? Like, for instance, in the Old Testament, it talks how Jesus' bones won't be broke. And then in the New Testament, his bones are not broke. And they even say, this is to fulfill prophecy. So, I mean, how can you argue against that? In Psalms 22:18, they talk about casting lots for Jesus' clothes. And guess what happens in the New Testament? They fucking cast lots for Jesus' clothes. 7, motherfucker! God damn it. Phil won again. Shit. The Old Testament predicted that he would be born in Bethlehem, and lo and behold, in the New Testament, in Matthew, he's born in Bethlehem. How do you explain that unless he was God himself? You know, I hear this all the time, that the Old Testament contains prophecies and that Jesus fulfills all of the prophecies about him. The thing is that the apologists consider fulfilled prophecy to be more likely than people just reading the Old Testament and making up stories to make it fit. It's a lot like saying, well, Harry Potter was prophesied to destroy Voldemort in the early books of the Harry Potter series. And in the later books of the Harry Potter series, he destroys Voldemort. Therefore, Harry Potter existed in history. It's the exact same argument. I don't consider that to be history, just like I don't consider the Gospels and the Old Testament to be history either. Just because some rabbis in the first century read the Old Testament and made up stories about Jesus that seemed to fit all of their interpreted prophecies in the Old Testament is not a convincing argument that Jesus was God and that he actually came here and he actually fulfilled those prophecies. It seems way more likely the natural explanation of them making shit up than the supernatural explanation of Jesus fulfilling these prophecies naturally by just being born and being here. All right, so fulfilled prophecies, what's your last one? Maybe your last one is a really good piece of evidence for God existing, but you've let me down so far, so let's see what your last one is. All right, final set. You guys ready? All right. The disciples were persecuted and killed for their faith. Oh, God. The they wouldn't die for a lie argument. Jesus fucking Christ. Now, some atheists out there might be saying that the disciples or the first people to believe in Jesus were just brainwashed. Well, I am here to tell you that they were not, because those that are usually brainwashed are usually not the first witnesses, but in Christianity, they are the first witnesses. Oh, yeah. Oh. You see, why would the first witnesses die for a lie? They just simply wouldn't. And like I said, they definitely weren't brainwashed, so how else can you explain the Gospels and Paul's writings if Jesus wasn't actually the Son of God? It just shows that they truly believed in what they saw, and they really believed that Jesus was the Son of God. Therefore, he was the Son of God. I don't see how you can dispute this. I don't see how you could dispute this at all. So, alright, thank you all for coming to my Christian TED Talk while I worked out. So, just because these believers in Jesus truly believed in Jesus does not necessarily mean that Jesus actually did die and resurrect. And even this blog article here acknowledges the fact that it doesn't necessarily mean that Jesus did die and resurrect. But he seems to really rely on the conviction of the people that supposedly saw Jesus resurrect from the dead. The problem is that these people were not eyewitnesses. Like, for instance, Paul. He truly believed Jesus resurrected from the dead. He even had visions of Jesus after his resurrection. But the problem is that Paul did not see Jesus while he was alive. He did not see Jesus die, and he did not see the tomb empty. He just merely believed in it. Just as plenty of people out there have believed in crazy shit, just because you believe in crazy shit does not mean that that shit actually happened. Now, I know that he talked about the possibility of people being brainwashed and how these people couldn't have been brainwashed because they were the disciple, like they were the first eyewitnesses to Jesus, so therefore they weren't. But that argument really seems to fall on its face. The people that we know about that attest to Jesus resurrecting were in fact not eyewitnesses of him resurrecting. Paul never indicates anybody as being a disciple of Jesus or a first eyewitness of Jesus, let alone his resurrection. So we just simply have no knowledge about what happened prior to Paul writing it down. The Gospels are invented mythical stories about Jesus. They use the Old Testament in order to generate its information about Jesus.